In today's weekend rant, I'm going to be talking about why marketing should be polarizing. That's right, marketing should be polarizing. Target demographics is something that a lot of marketers get wrong. A lot of business owners also get wrong. And what do I mean by that? So, if you're trying to sell an item to a consumer on Amazon or any platform rather, you really need to think about what you're trying to target. Who are you trying to target to? For example, if I sell a toothbrush, right, nice little pearly whites here, my target demographic is not everybody with teeth. If I sell something that a lot of people use, it doesn't mean I get to throw a big tent and try and target all of them. It's not like politics where you try and make the biggest tent possible to get your campaign to win the election. In fact, I feel very strongly that your marketing should be extremely polarizing. If you're selling an item that both could be used for kids and adults, on your Amazon listings, pick one, but not both. Maybe you need to make two listings, one for the kids, one for the adults, be the exact same item, but different pictures, titles, and everything that's included with that. For example, what if you had one of those wristwatches that dispenses hand sanitizer? Well, obviously it's a great thing for the kids. They go to the playground and they can quickly hit that little button and use it. But it's also good for the adult who wants to go on a quick run, but maybe wants to stop by Chipotle on the way back and needs some hand sanitizer. Those are two different demographics that we're talking about. And if on your listing you put both, you will alienate both. You need to target very specifically when selling on Amazon. All of the images that you have in the secondary images need to reflect that as well. So when you have secondary images, be sure to have some humanizing elements. So what do I mean by that? In slot photo number 2, perhaps the most important photo after the main photo, you need to show who is this product for so that somebody in less than 5 seconds can understand the product is for them or it's not for them. It would be better for you to have them bounce quickly and understand that this product is not for them. Or within 5 seconds understand this product is for me and I'm going to spend 1 to 2 minutes on this page to learn more. That secondary image should have a face shot humanizing your product, smiling and looking at the camera. There needs to be eye contact with the camera. So the other day I lost a bid for a new client. And we actually sign a lot of clients. We have a pretty strong conversion rate. I give all of my trade secrets away on YouTube. By the time you guys talk to me on the phone, you're already fans. You already understand what we do and why we do it. And typically speaking, you know by the time you talk to us, you're ready to pay us money to do our service. But that doesn't mean we win every single bid. There are some crazy things that I say from time to time. Now, to some of you, they resonate. And to others, they push you away. And that's completely fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I am accepting the fact that marketing should be polarizing. For example, I told several clients this week one of my favorite marketing demographic targeting stories. And it's quite offensive to some people. And I'm okay with that. But it's memorable, right? So if I asked you who is the target demographic of a Russian mail order bride. Now, obviously this example is absurd, right? Like nobody's actually going to be selling Russian mail order brides who listens to my channel, and that's not the point. The point is the thought exercise to make you think about your own product in a different way. And it should work most of the time. So when I ask clients who their target demographic is, I most commonly get something like, I don't know, males 45 to 55, right? Or I need everybody with teeth because I sell a toothbrush. That's not a target demographic. That is simply a demographic. And it's better than trying to target everybody, right? I'm sure some people don't have teeth, don't get me wrong. But let's take that Russian mail order bride scenario. There's a reason this exercise is effective, in my opinion, because somebody who can visualize what I'm really talking about and take it a level deeper, we'll think about who should be on the page for this product, like who should be being targeted. And in the Russian mail order bride scenario, I asked them, I say, what does this person look like? Did they go to school? Are they white collar? Are they blue collar? What kind of race are they? These are uncomfortable questions for many people, that kind of questions that most people don't think about. But the answer to the question can be very telling. And by the way, I didn't come up with this example, and I don't want to quote who came up with it, but they are a deep mentor and friend of mine. And I don't think they use the metaphor anymore because they found it too polarizing. But in any case, the answer to the question, right? It's 3-time divorced truck drivers. Now that you understand the question, you can take a step back and say, that makes a lot of sense. Of course, somebody who has struggled in their marriages, somebody who's on the road a lot, who may not have the most sociable skills, they may not have groomed themselves because they haven't had to, because they're in a truck all day. And by the way, God bless truck drivers. That's not the point I'm trying to make in my video. I'm not trying to derogatorily take anybody down. That's not what I'm trying to do at all. In fact, what I'm trying to explain is you are more likely to help your target demographic if you embrace them. Now this client that I pitched, I spent a half hour with their whole team, right? Owner, marketer, and probably a third person on the team. I wasn't sure what they did. And so in conversations, I asked them, who is your target demographic? And they told me what they told me, right? They said, anybody who does X, Y, Z. And I don't want to give a product example. I'm not trying to be derogatory to them. In fact, I found their feedback very helpful. It actually made me think deep thoughts about building my weekend rant here today. So if you are watching this, thank you. I'm not offended that you were offended by me and told me. That's totally fine. But on that call, I said to them, if you want to be successful at your price point for your target demographic, you are going to have to build a cult. And that phrase threw them off. Now, by the way, on this call, when I was talking to them, I had no idea. I had no idea that I was being offensive, and had no idea that the audience was not with me, right? Like, quite frankly, I miss that boat all the time. On a personal level, I'm kind of face blind. I can't read people, and I'm an all numbers guy, an all spreadsheet type of guy, if you will. I'm an introvert, and some of you are going to think that's a crazy statement because I post almost a daily video. I was a television reporter. I've made 1,200 videos on television with my face on camera. But it's draining for me personally. I would much rather be a business owner where I don't talk to people. Now, that story aside, I told them, you need to go build a cult. And I said, you need to solve problems for this community. They will embrace you if you do this, because it's insufficient to sell on Amazon today with a commodity product where the Chinese will come in from the left and underprice you, and in coming from the right, the Amazon aggregators and other complex ecosystem business entrepreneurs who own billions of dollars pouring into the space right now, which, by the way, I've been speaking to dozens of Amazon aggregators as well as other private equity brokers and all of those, because I'm really trying to get a feel for it, trying to understand like what the heck is going on in the space right now. There was like more than $1.5 billion just raised in February of this month alone to go and buy Amazon brands. So if you think you can go on Amazon right now and sell a commodity product without building a cult, good luck to you. Good luck. It's not going to work out for you. So in a sense, if you're a fan of my Amazon guy, you're part of the MAG cult. You are part of the we're all against Amazon and in this together. Now, that's a forceful statement. I need to find a more powerful statement that's not forceful, where I create a honey empire and you want to join me because of my message of positivism, and I really recommend the book, The Power versus Force, on that topic, by the way. But I haven't figured out how to create that message quite yet. Perhaps I have too much jaded experience selling on Amazon, where it's kind of a rat race trying to understand the Amazon policies and the ever-changing space with the increased competition coming from the left and the right, the Chinese and the aggregators and the private equity and everybody that's trying to get into space right now, because there's no better place to be right now. It's never been a better time to sell on Amazon. Never, ever been a better time. And I'm very bullish about the next 2 years. So part of me wondered, should I position my brand to serve the aggregators and try and create a new Mag Elite offering? I have a big question mark on that right now. I'm trying to figure that one out. I spoke to a very intelligent person yesterday who told me I should probably focus on the mom and pops because they're going to need me more now than ever. And I found that very enlightening and true. And I speak that truth today because it made sense to me. So I'm on a roller coaster of a journey trying to understand the market forces right now. And it really helps me to talk it out. That's kind of what I get out of this part of the arrangement, because you guys give me feedback, you add comments on here and tell me, Stephen, you're getting this one right, or Stephen, you're getting this one wrong, and here's why. So I find that very fascinating. So you need to build a cult to sell on Amazon to be successful today. You need to build a community, and you need to build content that is very tailored and polarizing, and you need to speak your truth of your items. You need to go out and answer the most difficult questions that nobody wants to touch. You need to do the exact opposite things of the corporations. You need to be anti-Oreo, anti-Coke, where they're anti-white, right? They say, and they put in policies to try and push down a people. You need to do the opposite of that corporate cancel culture, corporatism, the complete opposite of that. You need to build empowering, positive, cult building, solving problems, adding value, adding to the community in ways that nobody else is doing. And you need to speak truth, and you need to be yourself, and there should be no acting involved, right? Like my weekend rant series, which this is the second one I've done, is completely unscripted. And I basically think for a few days about what I want to say and get it off my chest. And then I speak my truth, and I don't edit it, and I don't take a second take, and I just let it go. Now, with your business, perhaps you should have a second take. Perhaps you should have a few people look at that. Maybe you need to run a pick-fu test on which image is best to serve your target demographic. But if you haven't looked at your brand dashboard of late and looked at your brand analytics for who is buying your product, there is your action for today. That is only going to give you the gender, the monetary value of your household income target, as well as the age demographics. Those are baselines to understand. And after you get that, you may be surprised, by the way. For example, one of the items I had a coaching session with this week was actually for an aggregator, and we looked at their brand analytics and their dashboard, and it was for an item that you would use a wannabe chef would use, okay? And in this particular item example, in my head, in the first 30 seconds, I envisioned women at home bakers would use this item. And when we looked at the brand analytics, it was 67% males were buying this item. And it completely changed all of my thought process on this particular item explanation. Because instead of it focused on stay-at-home moms who cook good meals for the family, we then thought it's actually wannabe male chefs who probably are single, who want to impress the ladies and do something a little bit different, right? And so when you understand your target demographic deeply, like I've talked about in this video today, you will have way better marketing. Do not split your focus. Embrace being a polarizing brand, your marketing should be polarizing. It should push people away as much as it should attract them. There's a reason why certain brands have immense success, and it's because they build a community on this concept. So go look at your brand analytics dashboard, go figure out how to better position your items and make all of your content focused on that one target demographic, that 3-time divorced truck driver. What else does he need in his life? How could you help him build his life up, build his career, help him with his family, societal issues, and how can you address his complaints and his problems and service him and do everything you can for them? And as I struggle myself to figure out which part of the Amazon community wants my help, I'm gaining 25% of my subscriber base every month. I feel like it's resonating. I'm growing. I gained just in the last month, I've increased my monthly subscriber counts from a monthly gain of 500 to a monthly gain of 700. It's accelerating. So I think I'm onto something. And after you watch today's weekly rant, go watch my other weekly rant from last week, where I talk about all of the things I see in the aggregation space with Amazon. You will see many more of these videos from me. And I thank you for your time, and I hope you leave a comment on here and go watch my other weekly rants. My name is Stephen Pope, and I'm the founder of My Amazon Guy.